stop acting like we don't have it. That's my only thing. Don't act like, brother, you walking around here with a chain that's worth $1 million. You wearing $500,000 on your neck, 18 million on your wrist. And you telling me, Floyd,
yeah,
you could change a lot of lives.
Mayweather is broke and owes people money.
Uncover how Floyd Mayweather's promotion company took out a huge PPP loan. But guess what? Only a part of it was forgiven. This is the first time I've seen that.
Floyd Mayweather just released a statement that confirms his recent real estate shady dealings on Live. It's a twist few saw coming, given his history of bulletproof confidence and unmatched bravery on his recent business ventures. The man who has built $1 billion empire through precision, defense, and an iron will in the ring now finds himself cornered in a battle of public perception, legal wrangling, and financial intrigue.
What if I told you that the undefeated champ Floyd Money Mayweather, the man who made over $1 billion in his boxing career, is now at the center of a multi-million-dollar scam controversy? From luxury debt and court battles to crypto lawsuits and seized skyscrapers, it's a whirlwind of shocking claims. But how much of this is actually true?
A while ago, Mayweather started making waves across the internet for his real estate investments in New York, especially his claim that he had bought 62 residential apartment buildings in Manhattan for a massive $402 million. This wasn't just any business move. It was a power play meant to solidify his status as one of the wealthiest athletes in history. The numbers alone were enough to turn heads, painting a picture of a man moving past the ring to dominate the property game. But as reports and deeper looks started to surface, the numbers didn't just raise eyebrows, they raised alarms.
I seen him on something. He looked like a bum.
What?
He was looking like a bum, had like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this man is broke. There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
Exactly.
You know what? Yeah, what y'all say earlier?
He ran up $1 billion.
What'd you say earlier, John?
What you said?
Business Insider, known for its deep dives and hard-hitting financial exposés, took a closer look. What they found, or rather what they didn't find, sparked a firestorm. According to their exclusive report, there was no evidence that Floyd Mayweather had actually made the purchase. New York City property records, the hard, cold paper trail that every real estate mogul must navigate, showed no ownership transfer for any of the buildings, not one. The NYC Housing Partnership, a critical player in such transactions, confirmed they had not been notified of any pending sale or ownership change involving the undefeated champion. In the world of real estate, where every square foot has a paper trail, this was a red flag.
Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
And then, in a recent live, Mayweather made a subtle, almost offhanded admission. Look, when I say people are always gonna hate, I mean it. When I went on social media to announce my new venture, the media found a way to twist my words. Even if I don't own 100% of the buildings, my vision is what matters. It was a rare moment of vulnerability, an acknowledgement that perhaps the numbers he had been touting weren't as rock solid as he had led people to believe. For a man who has built his entire brand on being untouchable, both in and out of the ring, this was a telling slip.
Now, did Logan ever get paid with the situation with Floyd Mayweather?
Nah, not yet. Floyd Mayweather's broke. You know, that's what a lot of people don't realize.
Joe Rogan has weighed in with his own take. Speaking on his podcast, Rogan offered both praise and critique. Yeah, you give up something to get something. Like, I don't think you could be completely balanced and be the best ever, but you know it depends on how you're doing it. You know, like, the thing that's so brilliant about Floyd Mayweather is that if you look at his career, he might have been really hit hard 4 or 5 times in his whole career, which is insanity, Rogan said. But then he added the kicker, also the money. He spends so much money. If he's playing for the future, you've got to keep it coming. If you're going to keep spending the way he spends, he needs that money. The money's got to keep coming in if you're going to live like this. He's only 46. He does this with everything. He's got $1 million watches.
For the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends. Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the drug of getting. Floyd still trains when even when he doesn't have a fight.
He posted this a week ago of all of the Air Force Ones he buys. He only wears them once, and then gives them away to someone. One fresh pair a day.
Come on, man. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's a brutal assessment, but one that many in the financial world quietly echo. Mayweather's lavish lifestyle, the fleets of supercars, the private jets, the diamond-encrusted timepieces demands a constant influx of cash. And without a steady, reliable source of income, those expenses can turn into financial quicksand.
Just another ordinary day, chilling in an EWB Rolls Royce. For those that don't know what an EWB is, that's an extended wheelbase Rolls Royce. I need the leg room. I know I ain't that tall, about 5'8.5", some days 5'9", but it is what it is. Chilling, sitting right here watching the Thriller in Manila, Ali versus Frazier documentary. Come check it out.
This comes days after Mayweather filed a defamation lawsuit against the media outlet and one of its reporters, Daniel Geiger, earlier this month. The lawsuit, filed in the Southern District of New York, seeks at least $100 million in damages. It claims Geiger embarked on a campaign of harassment and defamation, characterized by aggressive and misleading journalism that not only distorts the truth, but seems driven by a deep-seated bias against Mr. Mayweather's success. The choice to strike back legally was classic Mayweather, an aggressive counter to what he saw as a public jab at his empire.
Boxing Dr. News rumors claim Floyd Mayweather is broke, but he says he has 2 private jets, 100 buildings, and makes $300 million monthly. Mayweather insists he's built a billion-dollar empire and is focused on generational wealth, even investing in real estate.
But the move came with risks. Defamation cases are notoriously hard to win, especially when the defense can back their claims with evidence, or in this case, a lack of it. And the stakes are high. If Business Insider can prove that their reporting was not only accurate, but also free from malice, then Mayweather could find himself on the hook for even more financial fallout. Then came the public response. Floyd went on ahead and released a statement denying that he had lied about the real estate deals. "I'm not a liar," he said, pushing back against the mounting skepticism. "I work hard to build my name and build my reputation." It was a familiar beat, the same line he has used to fend off critics throughout his career.
One of the best investments that I did was New York real estate. So it started off with 7 figures, and I was getting a certain amount of money every month. When I first gave them $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. So I said, yo, the money kept coming on the 18th every month. 50,000 would come in. I still was competing, I still was fighting, I still was active, and I still was making crazy money. I told the guys, well, I'm gonna bring y'all another 8 figures. I said,
But even in his words, there was a crack in the armor. At the Real Deal's New York City Forum on May 7th, Mayweather addressed the bankruptcy rumors that have been swirling around him. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but if that's what you call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, and being able to do what you want, then I'm pretty sure everybody is going bankrupt. It was a confident retort, dripping with the swagger that made him a legend, but it also hinted at the pressure he's under.
But soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibitions, it's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions, but as soon as somebody black does it, your people, your own people say, oh, he's broke. Listen, I'm not here to talk about no one else's pockets.
For years, Mayweather has been able to sidestep these questions with the same ease that he once slipped left hooks. He has portrayed himself as a financial mastermind, a self-made billionaire who never loses in or out of the ring. But as the numbers pile up and the lawsuits stack higher, the cracks in that narrative are becoming harder to ignore. Business Insider, for its part, remains defiant. A spokesperson told Front Office Sports, We will vigorously defend against this meritless attempt to discredit our reporting and smear our reporter. Even those closest to him are starting to express doubts about the long-term sustainability of his extravagant lifestyle. Mayweather's history is one of unrelenting spending. His social media accounts are a constant stream of private jets, diamond-encrusted watches, and luxury cars, each more extravagant than the last.
We got options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo.
He's known to place million-dollar sports bets on a whim and travel with an entourage so large it could fill a small theater. This lifestyle, while impressive, comes at a steep price. Insiders have noted that while Mayweather loves to show off his latest purchases, he rarely talks about the ongoing costs of maintaining such a lavish existence. Private jets alone can drain millions each year in fuel, maintenance, and crew salaries. It's the kind of financial drain that even billionaires think twice about.
Hey. This is how the champ does it. Yo, straight off the press conference we're over here at Neiman Marcus, this is how you do it, huh? Always.
Well, right now, I'm here because I gotta give my grandson something.
You've been doing it like this ever since I've known you.
And you know it.
It don't stop. Look at this. Something. What I mean, grandson's super blessed. What are you getting him? Little piece or
whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants. Look at that. This is. I'm looking at $1 million right here.
What's more concerning to those around him is Mayweather's apparent reliance on exhibition fights to keep the cash flowing. Since his official retirement in 2017, Mayweather has taken part in a series of increasingly bizarre matchups, fighting everyone from YouTubers like Logan Paul to MMA stars with little to no boxing experience. While these exhibitions have brought in decent paydays, they pale in comparison to the 9-figure earnings of his prime. Worse still, the frequency of these bouts has led some to wonder if Mayweather is scrambling to keep up with his mounting expenses.
Countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Adding to this uncertainty is his ongoing legal battle over the alleged $402 million real estate deal in Manhattan. Mayweather's decision to file a $100 million defamation lawsuit against Business Insider over their investigation into the deal has already cost him millions in legal fees, with no clear end in sight. This kind of high-stakes litigation is a risky move for someone who claims to be financially secure, and it has only served to further fuel the rumors about his financial troubles.
Time to go, let's go.
Meanwhile, the comparisons to Canelo Alvarez have become harder to ignore. Unlike Mayweather, Canelo has taken a more measured approach to his finances, building a diverse portfolio that includes real estate, businesses, and lucrative endorsement deals. His recent 4-fight deal with Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season is rumored to be worth nearly $500 million, a figure that dwarfs the paydays Mayweather has been chasing in recent years.
Floyd's broke. You gotta understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion, Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao.
Richard Schaefer, who has been Canelo's business manager and now an associate of Floyd, recently spoke to The Ring magazine about the Mexican superstar's financial future. Canelo is, without any question, the smartest businessman in boxing I have ever met, Schaefer said, reflecting on his decades-long relationship with the fighter. Schaefer, who has been working with Canelo since his teenage years, is confident that his client will soon surpass the $1 billion net worth mark, a milestone that even Mayweather himself has struggled to achieve.
He's telling people that he's not sure he wants to fight anymore. And I think he's saying what he really believes. That doesn't mean that he won't fight. See, I had lunch with some guy who knows Floyd. He's not that he's in the inner circle, but he knows him. And he said Floyd only likes to...
We are going to get him over that next hurdle. He's going to be the first fighter to break the $1 billion net worth. I have zero questions about it. When? Probably next year, Schaefer asserted. Unlike Mayweather, who has relied heavily on his fighting career to generate income, Canelo has diversified his earnings through smart investments and long-term business deals. His deal with Riyadh Season alone is reportedly worth $400 million, and his recent fight against William Skull in Riyadh brought in a staggering $80 million. With 3 more fights left on his Saudi contract and potential blockbuster matchups on the horizon, Canelo is on track to out-earn his former rival by a wide margin.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
For money.
I
I don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
You think he still needs the money
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years?
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you spend him what he's...
It's not just the size of these deals that sets Canelo apart, but the stability they offer. While Mayweather chases quick cash through risky exhibition fights and high-stakes gambling, Canelo is building an empire that doesn't depend on his physical ability to throw a punch. His businesses, which include everything from tequila brands to real estate holdings, provide a steady stream of income that will continue long after he hangs up his gloves.
To late 40s now, still fighting with these random people in random places. Yeah. For 5 million here, 10 million there.
No, he's just a big spender. You can't spend like that, you know? Like,
this guy has a lot of chains.
So many chains, bro. Chains? That's a depreciating asset.
This difference in approach has not gone unnoticed by those in Mayweather's circle. Some have reportedly grown frustrated with his unwillingness to adapt to the realities of life after boxing. Unlike his younger rival, Mayweather seems intent on maintaining the same lavish lifestyle he enjoyed at the peak of his career, despite the fact that his earning power has clearly declined. It's a strategy that has left some of his closest allies questioning his long-term financial stability. Even Mayweather's notorious gambling habits have become a point of concern. The fighter has never been shy about his love for high-stakes sports betting, often sharing winning tickets on social media as proof of his financial acumen.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million.
But for every big win, there are bound to be losses, and those losses can add up quickly. In an industry where fortunes can be made and lost overnight, even a few bad bets could spell disaster for someone as heavily leveraged as Mayweather. Perhaps the most telling sign of trouble is the increasing isolation of his inner circle. Friends and former business partners have noted that Mayweather has become more insular in recent years, cutting ties with those who might challenge his financial decisions. This kind of echo chamber can be dangerous for someone trying to manage a complex portfolio of investments, businesses, and personal expenses.
Surprised at all. It's
Money
who he
Mayweather.
is. It's who he is. I've always thought that he's a horrible person, and this is every bit of proof.
People don't like Floyd.
You start a business, but
For someone who has always prided himself on being the ultimate business mogul, Floyd Mayweather must have felt the sting of this latest jab from Conor McGregor. Recently, McGregor's title sport shared an AI-generated image on social media promoting their new cryotherapy pain relief spray. The image, which McGregor also posted to his Instagram story, featured a crowd of countless people and one figure wearing a TMT shirt, who bore a striking resemblance to none other than Floyd Mayweather. It's a subtle but sharp reminder of just how differently the financial trajectories of these two fighters have played out since their iconic clash in 2017. What makes this jab even more biting is the context. McGregor's title sport just secured an official government contract, landing a spot on the Federal Supply Schedule, or FSS, a significant milestone that opens the door to lucrative sales to federal agencies. In his caption, McGregor kept it simple, calling the achievement excellent, a sharp contrast to the more desperate tone Mayweather has had to adopt lately as he fights off mounting financial pressures.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money.
And it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local host.
This move by McGregor is a textbook example of smart, diversified investing, something Mayweather has long claimed to excel at, but has often struggled to actually pull off. While McGregor quietly builds his business empire through high-margin, scalable products like Tidal, Mayweather continues to pour his money into rapidly depreciating assets like luxury cars and watches, or risky real estate ventures that have recently come under intense scrutiny. His ongoing legal battle over a real estate deal in Manhattan is a prime example, with some insiders speculating that the case is more about buying time than defending a genuinely profitable investment.
He owes a bunch of gambling debt. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the,
And here's the kicker. McGregor's subtle TMT reference in that title post may be more than just a playful jab. It might actually reflect a deeper truth, that for all his bluster about being the money man, Mayweather's financial empire is starting to look less like a fortress and more like a house of cards. While other fighters have quietly built a diversified portfolio that can weather market shifts and industry changes, Mayweather remains tied to the fleeting world of prize fighting, where a single bad night in the ring or a poorly timed business decision can spell financial disaster. What do you think? Share your take below and subscribe for more daily updates.